Hey everybody, so today we're going to read a new story called Billy's Bucket. So the title of our book is Billy's Bucket, and the authors, or people who wrote it, are Kes Gray and Gary Parson. So our authors are Kes Gray and Gary Parson, and the title of our story is Billy's Bucket. What do you think Billy's Bucket will be about? I think it's going to be about a bucket, but let's see. So, Billy's Bucket. Can I have a bucket for my birthday? Asked Billy. Billy's dad looked up from his newspaper.
A bucket? You don't want a bucket for your birthday? Nobody has buckets for their birthday.
Why don't they? Asked Billy.
Because, Billy,
explained his mom, buckets are buckets are far too buckety for a birthday present. So do Mom and Dad think buckets will make a good gift for a birthday? No. But Billy wouldn't be persuaded. Please, can I have a bucket? He asked.
Have a bike,
said his dad. Or some new trainers, said his mom. Or a computer game. I want a bucket, said Billy. All right, sighed Billy's dad. You can have a bucket for your birthday. Yippee! Shouted Billy. Do you think a bucket is a good birthday gift? Which of these gifts would you like for your birthday? I think I would like a new bike. The next day, Billy and his mom and dad went to Buckets R Us. There were buckets of buckets at Buckets R Us, rubber buckets, plastic buckets, metal buckets, garden buckets, farm buckets, builder's buckets, seaside buckets, and even football buckets. Billy's mom and dad followed Billy up and down every single aisle. What sort of buckets are you looking for? They asked. I don't know, said Billy, but I know it when I see it. Which type of buckets would you like? I think I would like maybe this blue volleyball bucket. Billy looked long and hard at every single bucket on every single shelf. There it is, he shouted excitedly. That's the one I want. Right up there, 19 shelves up. 78 along from the left. Billy's mom and dad got someone to help them. They all look the same to me, said the shop assistant. No, that one is special, said Billy excitedly. How do you think Billy's bucket is special? Let's see, we'll find out. When Billy got home, he ran straight into the kitchen and filled his bucket up with water. Wow, said Billy, peering inside his bucket. I can see a rock pool with crabs and seaweed and little shrimp thingies.
Of course you can, Billy,
smiled his dad. I don't think Mom and Dad believe Billy. Whoa-wee, said Billy. I just shot a shark. Of course you did, Billy, laughed Mom. Does Mom think Billy saw a shark? No. Guess what I've seen now, said Billy, sitting down for his birthday tea. I've seen a stingray and some clownfish and a huge school of barracudas, and I think I've seen a mermaid. but it might have been a big herring. Do you see a mermaid? Oh, maybe that's our mermaid right there.
Of course you have, Billy, laughed Dad.
Billy carried his bucket to the lounge. What's in your bucket
At the moment, Billy, chuckled his dad.
2 submarines and a pill card, said Billy. What's in your bucket now? Giggled his mom. 7 sea lions and a walrus.
Of course there are, Billy, laughed his mom and dad.
So they don't believe he's seeing submarines and sea lions and a walrus. Billy was still staring into his bucket at bedtime. Billy's dad nudged his wife and winked. Billy, is it all right if we borrow your bucket to mix up some wallpaper paste tomorrow? Billy looked up from his bucket and frowned. No, it isn't. There are dolphins in my bucket at the moment. You must never borrow my bucket. Do you think Mom and Dad will listen? Or are they going to borrow Billy's bucket? Let's see. Billy's mom waited a few minutes and winked at her husband. Billy, is it all right if we borrow your bucket to water the roses tomorrow? Billy looked from his bucket and shook his head. There are 2 scuba divers in my bucket at the moment. You must never, ever borrow my bucket. Billy's dad chuckled to himself and waited a few moments. Billy,
is it all right if I borrow your bucket to clean the car tomorrow?
What do you think? Is it going to be all right? Let's see. Billy looked from his bucket and sighed. No, it isn't all right. There's a coral reef in the bucket in my bucket at the moment. You must never, ever, ever borrow my bucket. What an imagination, laughed Billy's mom and dad. Time for bed. Billy put his bucket away and went upstairs. Thanks for a lovely birthday, he said, and the best present in the world. When Billy woke up the next morning, he got dressed quickly and ran downstairs to play with his bucket. But it wasn't there. Where do you think his bucket is? Let's see. I told you not to borrow my bucket, said Billy. So now look, there's a whale in the street. Oh no. I think Dad tried to wash his car. But now I don't think Dad has a car. It took Billy's mom and dad 6 hours, 3 fire engines, 4 cranes, and 1 shoehorn to get the whale back into the bucket. They never borrowed Billy's bucket again. The end. So why is Billy's bucket so special? If you said because there's sea creatures in his bucket, you are absolutely right. I enjoyed reading about Billy's bucket, and I hope you did too. You can look down at our channel, and there's lots of other stories you can have read to you from your teachers. Have a great day.